Oh my god.
What? Did you get a good combo on him?
Yeah, but look, he barely beat me. Watch this fatality.
Okay, I'm watching. I'm paying attention. I'm full screening if I can move a mouse. Whoa. Oh? Wins. Oh, that's super awesome.
Stuck in a good way. Is it?
Oh shit.
Yeah. You watching me, Mark?
Yeah, I'm watching you.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
On my special coins. I hate it when I'm out of ammo. Oh. Stupid laser turrets.
Josh, have you played much of the DLC for the Resident Evil 7?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Have you played a lot of Resident Evil 7's DLC? Because I've not played any of it. I'm curious how it is.
And this one's nice. It's different. This is the only one that I've played so far.
Alright.
Okay, looks like this elevator doesn't go anywhere. I had to find my missing soldiers, but I can't find them.
Oh man, that sucks.
Oh, shoot. Stupid lasers. Hey Mark, do you remember that guy called Lucas?
Yeah, I remember Lucas. A little bit.
You get to see him in this DLC.
That's cool. That's one thing that I wish they had more of in the base games, because Lucas kind of just sets up a bunch of traps in the one area, and then it seems like they move on from him pretty quickly compared to the other two.
Yeah, he was actually one of these soldiers, and he betrayed me and everything.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Uh-oh. Molded.
Oh shit.
One hit kill.
Huh.
Oh, see, 2 more molded.
Well, seems like you're properly equipped to deal with them. I love how Kate's two comments on your stream, Joe, is "Are you guys okay?" and "Oh my god."
You okay? You want me to stop talking? Okay. Yay, I found ammo. Okay, we're good to go now.
Have either of you guys played Resident Evil Revelations?
I have. It's fun.
What'd you think of it? Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. I haven't played a lot of it, but I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, me too. It was fun.
Yeah, although I've only played it on 3DS, so I don't know how it compares to other platforms.
Oh wow. I don't know what that was. It was like a molded walking around with like no head.
Yeah, that's really weird. Huh.
I would say so.
Might have been some kind of trap or something.
Exactly 11:50. We need teeth.
Wow, is it only 10 o'clock? It feels like it's later out here.
Oh, is that what time it is where you are?
Yeah, just like 5 past 10 about.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Oh Mark, this is a special molded that you had to fight in this DLC. Shoot him.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm out of ammo.
Uh-oh.
That sucks.
Hope you're good at knifing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit.
Oh, this made me so mad. I watched the video on YouTube. Somebody beat the whole game with just a freaking knife in 4.5 hours.
Holy shit. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine doing that. Like, even in most Resident Evil games, I'm pretty bad with the knife. 4 I'm okay with, but they kind of buffed the knife and they added melee attacks to make that better, but like, I know the Resident Evil remake, I always ditch the knife as soon as possible.
Have you ever played Resident Evil 4 and I mean 5 and 6?
I've played a little bit of 5, and I can see where it's fun, but it's definitely not comparable to the other 4 before it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't play 5 or 6, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, if you have a co-op player to play with, 5 can actually be pretty decently fun. It's kind of like it's actually a lot like Resident Evil 4, although there are a few things that kind of suck. They, in my opinion, they ruined the inventory system a little bit from 4, just because they had to make it work for co-op, but it's still pretty decent.
I remember in 4, my first time playing it, and the guy with the chainsaw, I was like, what am I supposed to do now?
Oh shit, yeah, that was crazy. The funniest thing is, the first time I played that game, I believe I completely missed the house that triggers that chainsaw guy for the first time. So,
oh, nice.
I encountered... Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that I did. I kind of just ran around the village for some reason. I'm surprised I didn't hit that house, but... Yeah, no, I remember fighting that guy the first time. That was fucking crazy. Yeah.
Well, this is what happened to one of my soldiers. He had a bad day.
Huh. Holy shit, yeah. Looks like that guy had a bit of a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the shittiest part about playing Resident Evil 5 on PS4 is that you do need PS Plus to play online, but if you can get some co-op partner, it can be decently fun. From what I've played of it, it's pretty decent.
I mean, I guess it's not hard to find a partner. It's just... Oh crap, I forgot about this guy.
Oh shit.
And all I have is my knife.
Oh.
And he moves a lot faster than you think he does.
Really?
Just like Jack.
Huh.
I take that back, I do have ammo now. Oh wow. Well, the ammo didn't last long.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's the thing about Resident Evil 7 is that if you're not careful with your ammo, you can run through it really fast.
Yeah, but a little too fast.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He's like, seriously, you're trying to knife me?
Yeah, the knife seems so terrible in the base game that I never even try to use it as like an actual weapon against enemies. I can't imagine what it's like in the DLCs.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, if it hurts him at all.
Yeah, that's the thing about enemies in RE7 and a lot of the pre-4 games is that the knife doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so it's really hard to tell exactly how much you're affecting even the fucking nuke enemies compared to some of the tougher ones.
I just don't see how somebody beat the last Jack fight in the game with just a knife.
I couldn't even begin to imagine how that's done. That's because I know I didn't even for a second think like maybe I can use the knife for this. I just relied on my pistol and I think shotgun throughout most of that fight.
Oh wow, am I actually beating him?
Shit, that's crazy. Yeah, you can't. I know you can play most of the Resident Evil 7 games with the knife, so I imagine the DLCs in this game you can technically do, but that's still freaking impressive.
Oh, I was doing good until he hit me.
Ain't that the story of most of the Resident Evil games, though?
Yeah. He just like pimp slapped me.
Oh, damn. Yo, I'll be back in a sec.
Alright.
So how's that fight going?
Oh, not good now that I'm out of all my, like, steroid shots and I'm in the red now.
Oh shit.
Oh. But the knife does hurt him, you just have to keep moving around him.
Yeah, I bet. That's usually how it goes with Resident Evil games, though, or most of horror games in general, is that melee weapons can do damage, they just are really hard to use in actual combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this DLC, it's pretty fun. I'm gonna get the other one, End of Zoe or whatever. But it's like 15 bucks
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, there's a lot of DLC out in this game. I know I haven't played any of it, and I'm kind of curious how it is because I know that I really.
Oh wow, I
enjoy
beat
those
him.
games.
Wow, I actually beat him with a knife.
Oh, nice.
I think the Jack fights are pretty fun though.
Yeah, the first fight was really entertaining. It's been a while since I've played through past the old house, so I can't quite say how fun the second fight is, but I do like what they did with the first fight. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, me too. Is there any big difference between like the PS4 and the PS4 Pro? Is it like Sony's version of like the Xbox One X then?
I don't know a lot of the hardware differences. I know that PS4 Pro does 4K and stuff like that. As far as I know, I believe the PS4 has a better memory even on the cheaper version of it, but I don't think there's a whole lot of difference besides graphic output and stuff like that.
Yeah. I noticed my PS4, like it'll freeze sometimes, like in the menu, and then it'll just unfreeze.
Huh, that's kind of strange. I mean, I don't have a lot of games for my PS4, but I haven't run into... I don't think I've run into many issues like that. That could just be... Is it freezing with like a specific game, or is it with like everything?
Oh, it doesn't freeze. It doesn't freeze like if I'm in a game. It'll freeze like if I'm scrolling through the menu, like doing Spotify, like in a home screen of the PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't think I've encountered that a lot, but I'm not on my PS4 a whole lot, so I couldn't say if that's just... if I'm just lucky because I've never encountered that or not, so...
I love how fast I reload with the special coins I have.
Yeah. No, I like how they have a lot of player upgrades in the base game. I think that's kind of a nice addition. Make the standard survival horror a bit more fun.
Yeah, all these coins right here, I got 5 of them. They were like 49 cents each to buy on the Play Store.
Oh wow. That kind of sucks that it's a bit of a play to win kind of scheme for it though.
Oh crap. Well, that was smart. Oh crap, more molded.
Oh.
Okay, that was easy. I was expecting more of a fight, but... Oh, more molded.
Oh, that was crazy. That was one of those upgraded moldeds too.
Yeah, this one you can't kill them with the gun. You have to punch them or whatever.
Huh. Oh man.
Come on, stupid molded. And I'm dead.
Shit. Yo, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright. So have you played the remake of the original Resident Evil?
I honestly didn't know there was a remake, but, is it on the PS4?
Way back in the early 2000s, I believe, they remade the first Resident Evil game, and that's got ports on Wii, and they have it on the PlayStation Store. I highly recommend you play it. It is one of the best remakes of all time, let alone a great Resident Evil game. And one mechanic that I really enjoy that I wish they added to other games is there's an enemy in the remake called Crimson Head, which spawns if you kill a zombie without burning its body.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so a lot of the base zombies that you fight in the original or in the remake, I should say, if you kill them, their body won't disappear immediately, and if you leave it alone too long, it'll come back as a powered up version that is much faster, has more attack options, and can kill you a lot easier.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's a really cool way of punishing you for fighting it, for being too trigger happy with zombies. And I really like it in the remake, and I think they could have done a lot more with it in the series if they included it in more games.
I'm gonna go ahead and try, and I do mean try, to go ahead and do the stupid jack fight down in the basement. I'm really hoping all these coins I have will help me out.
Yeah, hopefully. The unfortunate thing is that you can't use it until you can't, or I should say, you can't, unless they change stuff on other difficulties. I know that you can't use the antique coins until you beat the jack fight. Which difficulty are you playing on at the moment?
This is Madhouse.
Alright. Well then, this will be fun to watch, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when I beat the game on normal, I got this too, if you can see it, the Secrets of Defense. It reduces damage when guarding.
Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe there are 2 of those defense upgrading items. One that you get for beating the game regular, and I believe the second one you get, yes, it is another thing that I've never done. I've only beaten the game once, so...
Yeah, this fight is fun, but it's really annoying too. Like, you have to be so careful, you'll be dead before you know it.
Yeah, no, it is definitely a pretty annoying fight.
I still see the boss fight in the old house is the most annoying.
Yes and no. I did enjoy the fight, what they tried to do at least with it. I will admit though that it is definitely kind of annoying how you have to wait for the boss to actually come in every so often. It keeps running away. But then again, it's kind of one of those issues with how do you build horror more or do you build on gameplay more?
Well, I don't know if I pissed him off enough. Oh yeah, I did. Chainsaw time.
Oh shit.
Alright. I can't grab it yet because I got too much stuff in my inventory.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, as much as I like what they tried to do with this boss fight, this is definitely
now I got it.
Big in this trap.
Wow, that was close.
Oh. Yeah.
It's kind of like a game of like cat and mouse.
Yeah, a little bit. It's
Oh,
definitely
crap.
very much so figuring out how his pattern works and when you can jump in and when you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
Plus, when you get hurt, you move 10 times slower. Damn it.
yeah. No, that definitely makes it a lot worse. Oh shit.
Yeah, I hate this fight.
Yeah, it is it's definitely a beginner's trap. It catches you really off guard, and there are a lot of things that are a lot. It goes a lot better in many ways if you know what to expect when you're coming up to it, but if you're unprepared, it can really mess you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I forgot I could mix this and make more bullets first. The separating agent.
Yeah, that is one item that I pretty much always forget about in my playthrough, just because the game does give you a decent amount of the chemical agents and base materials to make it seem like you've got a fair amount, but I almost always put, what is it, the stimulants that let you see things? I almost always put those in my, in the item box, and I always forget about them, so I never have any reason to use the, separating agent whenever I've played.
Oh, okay. I wish I had the grenade launcher already.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome for the Jack fight? That's another one of those items, though, that I forgot about from my first playthrough, just because you do get it so late in the game.
Okay, I shouldn't have any problems picking up anything now. And I did forget about that first aid right there. My first time through.
Well, that'll definitely be helpful this time around.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
If I had the chainsaw unlocked already, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, the chainsaw does definitely give you better options to fight with, but
Ah, crap. Wow, already. Crazy asshole.
yeah, no, these Jack and Marguerite definitely chase you a lot faster than you'd expect, and especially in the boss fight, you can really see it in the, when fighting Jack, I should say.
Well, here we go. Here's the fun. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hit him like that. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that was close.
I do like what they do with the chainsaw in this fight, because it gives you a good change of gameplay, so it's fun, but it definitely catches the player off guard, and it's a lot harder to figure out if you don't know how the chainsaw plays.
I think it's more fun. I think you really have to get practice on blocking, because I think that helps.
Yeah, it could be. That's one thing that I've never done when I've played through the game. Although I've never really played on any harder
crap.
difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not good at blocking. That could probably help a lot.
Oh, so close.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's one of the tricky parts about this fight, is that his range is a lot larger than you'd expect it to be.
I know, it's like insane.
Yeah. And though I think the worst part is that the game really trips you up because the chainsaw is definitely a very close range weapon. So you expect him to have a similar range, but he has a really freaking wide range.
Yeah, his range is almost like too much sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like it, but that's just one of those things. Is that especially when it comes to a horror game, you gotta find a good balance between threat and gameplay, and sometimes you have to sacrifice one for the other. And in this game, I do feel like more often than not they sacrifice good gameplay for threatening enemies.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember the fight down in the mines with the two big molders?
Yeah.
When I played it on easy, they were real slow, but on normal they walked so much faster. So I can't imagine what they're gonna be like in this difficulty.
Oh man, that's gonna be insane. And the first time I played the game was on easy, and my normal playthrough is I just beat Marguerite and I haven't touched it since. So yeah, no, they are super easy on easy, but I can't imagine what it'd be like on Madhouse. It's crazy. So, also one thing if you didn't know about me is that I love Silent Hill like a lot more than most any other game series, and
I've never
one thing
played
that I
that
really
before.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
If you can find one of the first 4 games for a decent price, I highly recommend. They are an amazing game series. 4, you start to see a bit of a decline. 4 sacrifices on gameplay a bit too much for story narrative, although it's still a pretty good game for its own right. But one thing that I really appreciate about the Silent Hill game series, and I forget when they first started doing this. I want to say they did this on in the first game, but I know that at least as far as the second game, they started separating difficulties for puzzle and the combat.
Oh, really?
So if you're really bad at combat but good at puzzles, you can get yourself like a beginner gameplay for combat and skip most fights, but you can give yourself really difficult puzzles.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I really appreciate that because it makes it better for people who want. First of all, it makes it a lot more accessible for more players, but it also makes it really cool because a lot of the puzzles end up being really intricate and do really test your thinking skills throughout a lot of the game.
That sounds really nice, though.
It is really cool. I highly recommend the series. It is one of my honestly, it is probably my favorite horror series, although I've only really played Silent Hill and Resident Evil, so I wouldn't say that I'm an expert on the series, or on the genre.
Yeah. Well, that was awesome. I made enhanced ammo, and I'm already at the chainsaw part.
Oh, nice. Yeah, enhanced ammo is really good if you can get a decent amount of it, but it also depends on the weapons available. I imagine you're using, or are you using the Albert 01 gun or whatever you get from New Game Plus?
Yeah. Yep. There I am.
Yeah, that really helps a lot.
I'm over here. Oh, he got me. Of course they jinxed it.
shit.
Gotcha.
I like what they do with this fight in that they do keep Jack a good threat, but they make him beatable just because of the close space.
Oh,
but I don't know
shit.
whether I like it. I don't know whether I like it better as a gameplay perspective or a story, just because there are parts of it that seem a bit cheap.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like you said earlier, his range is insane.
It is. It is a very hard range to gauge, but once you do figure it out, it becomes a lot more manageable. So that's
Wow,
kind of
that
what
was
I'm
close. Oh, shit. Ah, damn it.
Holy shit, that was a close hit.
I thought I was far enough away, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky fight to gauge on your first time, and Madhouse, I imagine this, actually I should say from what I'm seeing, this looks abysmal to try to do.
Yeah. The only bad thing I hate about the special coins I'm using is they take up space in your inventory.
Yeah, that is a bit annoying. Those are fairly easy to find, so you can dump them off in item boxes relatively well. What am I trying to say? Okay, if I can find it. I remember Joe showed me, yeah, the current world record for Madhouse difficulty, knife only, 2.5 hours.
What's wrong?
That just, I can't believe people would be crazy enough to do Madhouse knife only, let alone set a 2.5 hour world record.
Hey, I'm sorry, what did you say the world record was? I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. Yeah. The current, apparently the most recent world record that Joe showed me was 2.5 hours on Madhouse with knife only.
Yeah, that's unimaginable.
Yeah, I have enough trouble as it is on normal difficulty. I couldn't imagine how nuts Madhouse with the knife only would be. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, how's that Jack fight going?
I just started it again.
Alright.
know, this should be a lot easier if I could just cut his head off.
Yeah. Now that'd be cool if death actually worked for these people like it should.
Whoa. Crap, I messed up. Oh, crap.
Oh, that's shitty.
I know, I forgot the chainsaw die sometimes.
Yeah.
I had them too, but you know how you can attack the chainsaw? I mean, you can use the chainsaw with the 2 back buttons and then the regular attack. I did the regular attack by accident.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, that is one thing that that is definitely one thing that I feel like this fight teaches you, is that alternate attacks are very important when it comes to most melee combat.
Yeah.
And it can really screw you up if you mess up the melee combat, especially in Madhouse difficulty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At least with this fight, I figured out you don't need the shotgun. You can just make enhanced ammo and 3 shots and he grabs his weapon or whatever, so.
Yeah, no, the New Game Plus gun that you get is really powerful, especially with the handgun or enhanced ammo, I should say. So if you can get a decent amount of that, it can get you through a good chunk of the game, especially apparently especially helpful for the Jack fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is one thing that I appreciate about Madhouse being an unlockable difficulty, and definitely one thing that I liked about Resident Evil 4 is that you can wear alternate costumes in the in fresh playthroughs, and that definitely carried me through professional mode in that game.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard difficulty to do. Even with the alt costume too, that was pretty freaking brutal.
I'm surprised I've been connected to the stream this long. He usually kicks me out because of my connection.
Yeah. Yeah, so far it's gone pretty good so far. Do you just have like a bad internet provider or something?
There you go. Alrighty. No, I use my phone as a hotspot. That's why it sucks.
That would explain it. Yeah, you can probably get better internet with that.
I will say one thing.
Yeah,
that's funny. That's funny how he says groovy.
Yeah, I like what they do with the dialogue and for a lot of these characters. I think
Whoa.
it does add.
There you go. Alright, if I could do that one more time. Ah. Oh wow, that was lucky. Oh, come on. Oh. It's so close. I'm over here. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Too close. Bye bye. And there you go. Okay, that was creepy for like 2 seconds.
Do me a favor and stay.
That part made me sad the first time I played. I didn't get to keep this.
Yeah, I got to that part.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly far behind. Yeah, it's definitely the first time I beat him, I wouldn't say I was sad.
Oh, wow.
I think I was more
Oh crap.
I think I was more satisfied, like, yes, this fucker's not chasing me anymore, but I do like what they do later in the story. It's definitely definitely gives you a bit more melancholy feelings about what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, here's creepy grandma.
Oh. So I'm curious, how'd you feel about that twist with the grandma at the end? Did you figure that out through your first playthrough or not?
Yeah, I pretty much did, honestly. I had a bad feeling about her, you know? Oh, did you know about this secret over here? Hold on.
Yeah, sorry about that, my microphone disconnected. Yeah, I forget when I first started picking up on that. I want to say it took me a bit longer than it probably should have. When you first started playing as Mia after, yeah, when you first started playing as Mia, I kind of started to figure that out, but, I found that secret because the first time I beat the game, I did play with a guide, because I am pretty terrible about exploration in games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What did you think about doing the statues, like the puzzles and all that?
The shadow puzzles?
Yeah, shadow puzzles, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought you meant. I like them. I think they're a pretty neat addition. They can definitely be tricky, but... yeah,
Yay,
I like
more
them.
cassette tapes. I forgot you can't save the game without a cassette tape this time. So...
Yeah, that's one thing that, that's definitely one thing that, would make me, more cautious about Madhouse difficulty is the limited saves.
Oh, hello. Now I need to make ammo for this, which you said you need something called a, what's it called? The supplements, and then you need the, separating agent, right?
Yeah, supplements, I believe, are the ones that make you see hidden items very well, and I've never used them the 1.5 times, I should say, that I've played this game. But I do know that they're very good if you mix them with separating agents to make to get.
Oh, okay.
You'd be able to find stuff fairly well, so you shouldn't need the supplements too well, or too badly, I should say.
Yeah, my question is, should I get like one of these, you know, when I get more coins relatively soon, or should I save up and get this Magnum? I mean, I don't know how good the Magnum even is, or if it's worth it.
That's the thing, is that the Magnum is powerful, but the first time I used it, or when I used it in my first playthrough, I mostly used it for boss fights. So, you have the New Game Plus weapon, which is definitely helpful. I've never played Madhouse, so I couldn't give you any personal tips. I'd say, in general, it's usually good to play to your preferred play style. If you think your guns are carrying you, you should probably stick to health. Magnum ammo is very rare, so it would probably be more useful to go for the health upgrade. Because worst case scenario, you can just backtrack and try to find some of the antique coins.
Yeah, I kind of cheated. I looked up I tried to look up the location of all of them, and they're not in the same spots as Easy Normal. They're scattered all over.
That's what I've heard, is that they rearranged the antique coin locations, and I believe they've added more for Madhouse difficulty as well.
Yeah, there's 33, I do believe. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Do the prices for the antique coin prices change at all?
No, they stay the same.
Yeah, in that case, I probably would suggest, I know if I were playing through, I'd probably go with the health upgrade, the health and reload speed upgrades first, just because there are more. But
oh, and you know how right here I have the attack, defense, and universal coin. The universal coin, it helps me with my attack, defense, my reload, and my kickback. That's like a special coin. It does everything in like one coin.
Yeah, that is really good. Is that the demo coin reward, or demo reward coin, or is that something else entirely?
I'm not sure. I mean, I paid like 49 cents for it, but I'm trying to think. I don't know how you get these coins like regularly, but I know I paid for all of them on the Play Store, which wasn't expensive at all. So I was pretty happy they weren't expensive.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I only say that because I've read that the demo gave you a dirty coin that you can use for the antique coins, so.
I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to going to this house or not.
Yeah, I imagine that's gonna be really tricky with Madhouse difficulty.
Well, like I said earlier, the only part I hate is the bugs. I mean, it's like extremely annoying. I don't remember. Is this a nest right here? Up top. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I need to go get my knife. I figured out that's the best way to kill the bugs, the big ones, without wasting any ammo.
Yeah, no, definitely the best way to take out the bugs is to just flail around with your knife for a while. Eventually you'll hit them and even if you're fairly accurate, you'll likely be able to kill them before they do any damage on you. I think the one thing that I like about the old house is that despite how annoying the fucking bug nests are, it's not terribly long, so it usually doesn't grate on me too badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I will say, how did somebody beat the game in like 4 hours or whatever when you get to that ship? Because there's no way to just fly through the ship. I mean...
Yeah.
Alright, where's the damn bugs? There's one. There you go. Why do I feel like I hear another bug, but I don't see it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that could be other. Yeah, I was gonna say that could be other bugs. I don't think the Marguerite. I don't think Marguerite triggers right away, so it's probably just another hidden bug.
I forgot you had to shoot the nest at a certain angle, or it doesn't even count. Oh, did you know you can kill the... Oh crap, molded. Did you know you can kill the spiders with a knife too?
Really?
Yeah.
That's yeah, there's one thing that I've never tried because I know they start jumping on you if you get too close, but I guess that makes sense at the very least.
Yeah. I hate fighting that big molded, the one that has that thing on his arm.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a very annoying fight. He can do a lot of damage on you, and
I think I just avoided it by setting the door in his face. That was funny.
That's interesting, and I believe that is one thing that I have read, is that molded have a lot more troubles with doors. Either they can't pass the door threshold at all, or it's a lot harder for them to get past. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh crap, never mind. I didn't avoid him. he just respawned on the other side of the room.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, I guess he's not so stupid after all.
Yeah, that is I think that is one thing that they tried to program around, is that moldeds do have, at the very least, warp points, or they are very heavily on specific respawn points, so you can't exactly manipulate them like you could in with the zombies in earlier titles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick because I don't want to do that Jack fight again, ever. I mean, I think I was right about what I said. Well, you only have to do that thing where he falls and opens up. You only have to cut him really bad, like I think twice, that's it. So
Yeah, I don't think you actually have to do a terrible amount of damage to him for the most part. The biggest thing is just figuring out when you can attack, which attacks you can actually defend against with your normal chainsaw attacks and whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a tricky fight your first time through, but it isn't impossible to figure out.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where everything is because everything's not in the same spot and it throws me off.
Yeah, no, it's surprising how much even the simplest change can do. I don't know if you play Legend of Zelda at all, but one of the first times that I tried to play the Master Quest for Ocarina of Time 3D threw me through a crazy loop just because they flipped left and right. And
they have a 3D one?
Yeah, they remade the Ocarina of Time game for the 3DS, and it includes the Master Quest mode from the GameCube release, I believe was the first time they released it. But they flipped the map horizontally, so left and right is completely reversed, and the first time I played through that game, I could never figure the map out, even though it was literally that left is right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it's that's one thing that is always funny to me, is how simple map changes can just throw you through such a fucking loop.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about these bugs again. I thought he would like bust through the window.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another.
I hate bugs enough as it is outside the game.
Oh, seriously, bugs are. Bugs are one of my. I don't know if I want to say they're one of my biggest fears, because I'm not like actively afraid of bugs, but I hate the idea of bugs crawling on me.
Wow, one shot. Nice. Yeah, what I'm doing with the knife right now, it takes forever, but I don't use up any ammo.
Yeah, no, definitely the knife is a very good counter for the bugs in general. Huh. Oh wow, that is really good for clearing the bugs on doors and stuff.
Oh, I forgot there's another nest in here somewhere. I think there is. Or, I don't know, maybe not.
Let's see.
I see spiders, I don't see a nest in here. That's weird. Okay, I guess I was wrong.
I actually don't remember if there's if there is a nest in the base room or not. I don't think there is. I think I remember that being one of the kind rooms that doesn't have that annoying traps.
I gotta go back and put more stuff in the inventory box, because the coins, as nice as they really help you out, they take up so much space.
Yeah, that is definitely one thing that sucks about them.
They're like, we're gonna give you these nice coins, but you're gonna have to really figure out what you want to keep on you in your backpack.
Yeah, I honestly don't know whether I like that more or less, because I like how Resident Evil 4 had the key items and treasures in separate spots, but I also like the fact that there's the limited inventory in this game, and it makes it a lot more difficult to manage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because I will admit that Resident Evil 4 does get pretty damn easy. But I also think that it's a bit more balanced than a lot of the other main series games are.
I think it had such a beautiful and a rich storyline.
Yeah, I do really like Resident Evil 4's storyline. I like what they did with the parasites, and I like how they weren't afraid to poke fun at their own kind of plot setups too. I rather enjoyed that part.
I mean, cause when I first heard about Resident Evil 8, I was like, oh, it's you know, just gonna be another game where I'm in Raccoon City walking around killing zombies.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of things. That the thing with me is that I watch primarily like YouTube stuff if I watch any kind of entertainment media, so I'm never really up to date on any kind of movie, video game, or anything. So I really didn't know a whole lot about much about Resident Evil 7 unless it was some kind of stuff that a reviewer was covering. So that is definitely one thing that that's one thing that I appreciate about this game, is that they do try to separate much of the storyline from the main series and try to do its own thing with it.
Oh, I forgot. Another thing, if you don't know about Madhouse, and sorry, the bug threw me off. Another thing about Madhouse is, instead of you just walking up to where stuff usually is and picking it up, now you need lockpicks to open boxes.
Oh, really? You need a lot more lockpicks, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that... Ooh, that sounds really tricky.
I guess I need to use a flamethrower. At least for the small bugs.
Yeah, I feel like in normal, the flailing the knife around helps a little bit, although that could have just been my imagination. I do know the flamethrower clears around the swarms, or clears the swarms out like crazy. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
That's one shitty thing about drinking, is alcohol runs through me like none other.
Yeah, me too.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, I just, when you were gone, I opened up, I forgot I had a spare lockpick in my inventory box this whole time. And I opened that box that I showed you, and it gave me like 300 more burner fuel. So I have like 500 or something now.
Ooh, that's nice. And that is one thing that I've noticed, is that the game seems to be, depending on how you play it, at least, this game seems to give you a pretty decent opportunity to build up a lot of burner fuel.
Yeah. Do you remember the part where she throws you in the pit and you have to shoot her and you gotta deal with the bugs?
Yeah, that part was pretty annoying to deal with. I want to say my first.
I want some answers.
Oh, go ahead.
I know, you're right.
I want to say my first time dealing with being stuck in the pit there, I just eventually turned to the burner and just burned everything I could.
You mind if I follow Mommy for a little bit?
At that point, I had a decent amount of solid fuel as well as chem fluids to do stuff.
Poor Mia.
Yeah.
I guess there's something else. I guess there's nothing else in this room. I guess.
Yeah, that's one thing that they do give you the wood statue, I guess, which is important, but
Yeah.
it does seem like there should be a little bit more to that.
I mean, I don't know about beating this in 4 hours, but if I beat it on Madhouse, that'll make me happy.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely props on you for beating it on Madhouse in general, regardless of the time.
Yeah.
I'd feel really fucking accomplished if I could do that.
Wow. The grenade launcher just took out the whole nest.
Huh. Yeah, the grenade launcher is strong as hell, although granted it's been a while, but I don't remember ammo being extremely plentiful for that.
Yeah. Oh great, is this the part where because Marguerite just told me to stay out, so now I think I have to worry about her walking around.
Yep, she's patrolling the house now, so you do have to worry about her stalking you and stuff.
Her and her little lovely bugs.
Yeah, I think that's the most annoying part, is that she definitely infects a lot of the areas a lot more than... makes it a lot more annoying to deal with than just dealing with Jack himself. Although I had a lot of problems with Jack this most recent time that I've started playing it, just because he kept popping up in areas that I really needed to explore.
Yeah, he's like, I found you, and every time he would do that, I'd be like, ah, damn it.
Yeah, no, it's really sucks. They're really good about programming patrol areas that get in your way. I don't think he didn't necessarily find me a lot on my most recent playthrough, but every time I'd walk by, I'd be like, "Oh, cool, I can explore," and then I hear him mumble something. I'm like, "Damn it!"
And then you have to either get away or waste ammo.
Exactly. It was really annoying.
I actually felt halfway sorry for the cop in the beginning.
Yeah. I honestly don't know entirely how I feel about the cop character. I mean, I think it's a nice addition, and I definitely do feel sorry for the character, but the fact that they kill him off and don't really seem to add a whole lot to the story with him kind of does make me wish that they had. Does make me feel like they did kind of waste the opportunity a little bit.
Yeah. And he's like a fucking pocket knife.
Yeah, that was funny.
I keep finding non-stop burner fuel.
Well, I mean, excuse me. Yeah, that is good though. The burner is really useful for the old house at the very least. And definitely helpful because you burn you burn through the fuel really quickly.
Yeah, sometimes a little too quick.
Yeah, it is like it is definitely
Like, you'll be like, oh, I got plenty of fuel, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, I got 100 left.
Exactly. It runs really. You run through it really quickly, especially if you're trying to clear out the nests and bugs. It's gone before you know it.
And that was my problem with trying to beat her on Madhouse, is I kept running out of fuel and ammo and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely does hurt your ability a lot, but the good thing is that if you can manage it up to the actual boss fight, you can just take her out with like shotgun shells and pistol rounds. But it is trickier to get supplies if you don't have a decent supply of burner fuel.
I hate it when she disappears and you don't hear her, and then out of nowhere she like jumps on you, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, that could be annoying. Once again, that's one of the issues of trying to build a more horrific fight versus better gameplay. And I like what they do with Marguerite a lot because of that, but I also think that playing through it, it definitely is really annoying when she just disappears and you have to wait a few minutes for her to pop back up.
Yeah.
And it's just an issue that a lot of horror games deal with, because games are a lot scarier if it's harder to deal with stuff. So should you hinder the player, or should you make the game less scary?
Yeah. Do you think I should stick with the regular shotgun for the upcoming pit fight and the boss fight, or should I go fix the broken shotgun?
How much ammo do you have in your regular shotgun?
Let me see, I'm not really sure. Hold on.
Yeah.
Probably like one bullet. Yeah, one bullet. At least right now.
One bullet, yeah. It's probably not worth your time to stick with the base shotgun. You'd probably be better off swapping the broken shotgun for the old one. If you had a full clip, then that would be a harder thing to deal with. But just one bullet, it would definitely be worth the upgraded damage.
Okay.
At least in my experience with Resident Evil games. I've never played this game on Madhouse difficulty, so
yeah.
I don't know how much help I could be for you. Yeah.
At least the good thing is now I can go explore without Jack popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah, that is the nice thing, and I do believe that because you haven't cleared the old house, new molded won't spawn. But once again, that is normal and easy difficulty. I don't know if things change in Madhouse difficulty, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it was like 118 over here.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's getting kind of late, surprisingly. Good thing I have nothing to do tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. Me and my fiance, we, I think we had to go to the store, get a few things, and other than that, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah.
If only I was able to carry, I wish I was able to carry the knife, the gun, the shotgun, the flamethrower, and all the guns at once.
Yeah, that is one thing that, once again, that's like a thing that I'm on the fence about with the limited inventory space, because I love the way Resident Evil 4 did inventory, but I like the challenge that the limited inventory poses, so.
Oh, did you know there's also another unlockable you can get, but there's a catch. You only, now, This this means from the beginning to the end of the game, you can only heal yourself 3 times, and that's it. Yeah, and I was like, are you kidding? Like, that's a joke, right?
That's nuts, but I mean, actually I don't know if Resident Evil's done that before. I believe Silent Hill, I know Silent Hill has a grading system where healing items do affect that, but I don't think I recall Resident Evil games tracking your heals like that terribly badly. What do you get for, avoiding the healing items like that?
Oh, wrong door. I think give me like 2 seconds and I'll look it up on my phone. Cause I couldn't believe it when I read about it. I was like, really?
You know what? And that I'm not doing anything. I might as well look that up.
I know you can unlock the chainsaw, which I assume runs on some kind of ammo, and then they haven't announced it yet, but there's also a infinite circular chainsaw ammo you can unlock too. I'm trying to look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking at too, although I haven't seen...
Okay, the chainsaw, you have to beat it in under 4 hours. So, the x-ray glasses, also 4 hours. And... Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, most of what most of the unlockables I've seen are tied to beating the game in under a certain time limit or beating it under certain difficulty restrictions. Which, if you beat it on Madhouse, congratulations, you unlock unlimited ammo, so...
Yeah, you better unlock it, infinite ammo.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a reward for that, but damn. Also, seems like Joe joined the party. Yo, dude, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, Joe.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna go get some to eat. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Fuck you.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Arby's then.
Oh shit, dude. Arby's is pretty decent.
This movie I'm watching on TV is actually pretty decent. It's G.I. Joe.
Sorry, what about you, Joe?
I'm watching a movie called G.I. Joe on Sci-Fi.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I've never seen either of the 2 G.I. Joe movies they've made recently. I can talk.
I'm gonna look something up real quick. Just give me a second.
Alright.
I'm gonna look up where all the lockpicks are, because on Madhouse they're like very scarce to find.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Cause before you go to the part where you gotta do the boss fight, there was a box, but you need a lockpick to open it, and I think there was like enhanced ammo in there, or you know, something that would really help me out.
Yeah, I'd imagine there'd be good shit in that.
Oh, I think I walked right past it. Of course.
That's the best part, is when you walk right by stuff. I once saw a Let's Play of Resident Evil 4 where a guy not only walked past the first shotgun, but he even looked right at it and said, "You know, that's probably a trap. I probably shouldn't pick it up." Which, I mean, I think at the time he was... actually, I don't remember. I think he actually avoided the house when it would have spawned the chainsaw guy. And I think he would have been safe to pick it up. And he was like, you know, I probably shouldn't pick that up.
He's like, it's nice,
Yeah.
but no.
Yeah. Actually, that's if you like Let's Plays, I do highly recommend checking out that channel. It's Super Genius. Give me a sec to remember how it's spelled, because he misspells it on purpose. Jeenius. Super Genius. If you want to check out what the modern Persona games are like, I highly recommend checking out his Let's Plays of those. He does a pretty good job, and you'd be able to figure out whether you like it or not.
That sounds really cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. They're pretty entertaining.
Oh, you said
And
it's
he
pretty
does,
entertaining?
Yeah, no, his Let's Plays are good, the games are really good, and he does 100% Let's Plays of both Persona 3 and Persona 4, so if you want to see what the series has to offer at its fullest, pretty good channel to check out.
Oh yeah, here it is. It says, on Madhouse difficulty, there was only 2 lockpicks and 6 locked containers. That sounds kind of backwards.
That sounds really backwards, actually. I mean, that kind of makes sense for what they're trying to go with, but man, that sounds super shitty. Because you can totally waste 2 lockpicks and potentially miss out on some really good shit.
Yeah, exactly. It says, I don't know where this location is. It says the first Mia tape you have to watch. I already got that one, and then the one in the box after you see the very first molded. But I don't know what box it's talking about.
After you see the first molded, huh? That's definitely a box in the... Well, in the base game, the first molded you see is in the basement, so it would probably be a box in the incinerator room? But I don't know where molded starts appearing in Madhouse, so... Huh.
I mean, the only reason I'm looking for this, you know, lockpick is because it'll help me unlock the box that I need.
Yeah. That's tricky. That's another thing that or I should say that's another reason why I like, let me gather my thoughts for a moment. That's why if I'm going to follow a guide, I try to follow a guide from the beginning of the game, is because a lot of games that I play tend to have collectibles that are really easy to lose track of.
Yeah.
And so like, if I were in your position, I wouldn't even know where to begin to look.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, the only thing I would be able to suggest is, from my knowledge of the base game, the first molded you fight in is in the hallway in the basement, and I believe the first few areas you have access to that have a breakable box would be the incinerator room. if you can't find that out there, the only other place I can think of would be the VCR in the second floor of the first house where you first watched the Mia tape. But other than that, I don't know where a lockpick could potentially be.
Yeah, that sounds about right too. You know. Did you know?
Thing I'm
in the old house, in the ceiling on the second floor, there's a lockpick.
really.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, that would make sense why I've missed it. I've never really looked at the ceiling in that place. That is one side footnote, by the way. But that is one part that I like about the old house, is revisiting it after the Marguerite fight, where you first really meet the little girl and the molded start showing up in the base game. That's a really creepy sequence, and I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you're patient with me. Like, sometimes I'll be streaming and like, I won't be talking. Well, I mean, people won't be talking with me. They'll be typing like, you know, you're too slow, and I'm like, okay, like.
Yeah. That's the thing about games like these, is that because it is a bit of a backtracking and exploration game, is that it's kind of hard to gauge proper or like a good average speed for the game. Is that because you've got you got the speedrunners who can beat the game on Madhouse with the knife only in like 2.5 hours, versus average players who could take 8 hours on normal because they're trying to figure out how this one puzzle works that they forgot about.
Yeah, I think the fastest I've ever done it is like 5.5 hours, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad. I'm pretty sure that's faster than I've ever played through the game. I think the file that I'm currently on is like 4.5 or 5 hours in, and I've just beaten Marguerite.
Oh yeah? That's not too bad.
No, it's... that is one thing that I do really like about this game, is that it is a short enough game that you can beat in... well, theoretically that you can beat in under 4 hours, but I'm just not good at it to do it.
Yeah, I'm usually like the night owl type person, so.
Yeah. For me it depends. I usually slip into one of two schedules, in that I get up. I can typically get up pretty fucking early, or I can stay up really fucking late. It depends what I've got going on in the mornings. Like when I used to work at a coffee shop, I got fairly used to getting up for shifts at like 4 or 5 in the morning, so I would always get up early. But if I've got nothing going on, I can tend to stay up pretty late. So, like, since I'm drinking right now, I'm okay to keep going. But
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, give me a sec. I'll be right back.
All right. Alright.
Fuck, I forgot my coffee downstairs. One sec.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. So you're still looking for lockpicks, I take it?
Yeah, I'm just looking for this one. Because I can't get the next one until after I get upstairs in the Marguerite fight. Because it's upstairs in the ceiling.
Alright.
Which I never would have known unless I read about it.
Yeah, that sounds super obtuse.
I'm gonna actually see if I can watch the first tape again and see if I missed that lockpick that's like 2 steps behind you in the beginning.
That'd be a good idea, probably. Something.
I can't do that because I don't have the tape.
Oh shit.
Oh well.
Well, if it helps, I'm seeing if people have any kind of list for lockpicks for you.
That's cool, thanks.
No problem. Everything I'm seeing is saying, check the ceiling in the kids' room in the old house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, derelict house, lockpick number 2, main house, first floor laundry, inside the orange box on the shelves in the laundry room. Although I think this is the base game, so I don't think it'll be helpful for you.
Yeah, usually if I want to look for lockpicks on Madhouse, I just type in lockpicks, you know, Resident Evil 7 Madhouse or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I searched too, but some of the ones that are popping up aren't specifying lockpicks. A few of them are ringing bells, which I assume mean.
But this mode just wants me to waste ammo. Or 2 of them, actually. Whoa, that was close. Wow. They are somehow still alive. I forgot about that. You have to kill these 2 molded before you can start the pit thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Stupid molded.
Yeah. Man.
I think ever since Joe said he was gonna go get something to eat, it makes me like I want to go get something to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm starting to feel kind of like I can go for a snack, but... Damn.
I guess I'll try to start the pit fight once I get rid of these two molded.
Nice.
I think the difficulty, everybody beats this game in 4 hours easily, is on easy.
I imagine that's what the case is. This easy is definitely fairly easy.
Oh wow. That was bullcrap. Oh, I forgot, they were immune to fire.
Wow, I'm really bad at holding my controller right now.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I just saw that missed grenade launcher round.
I know, I was like, bullshit.
Oh, that is super disappointing.
I just want to make sure I don't miss anything.
Yeah, that's one thing that I always I don't want to say panic about, but that's always on in the back of my mind whenever I play any kind of survival horror game. Is like, am I missing something?
Now, I think it's safe for me to explore, I would assume. I think.
I hope so, for your case. Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, it can't actually avoid fights, for the most part, and it does seem like most molded you can actually trapped by closing a door, so worst case scenario, you just kind of sprint through a room and shut the door.
Oh, hello. That was close. I almost walked right into Marguerite.
Oh shit, that would have been unfortunate.
Oh crap. He always ends up being in a room that I need to go in.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with Marguerite. Actually, I had a lot of trouble with both Jack and Marguerite in general. I don't want to say most recent playthrough because I haven't beaten it yet, but my most recent time playing the game, they were always like in spots that were where I needed to go or where I wanted to go.
Man, I have no first aid or anything right now.
Ooh, that's stressful.
Crap. She's still in that room I need to go in.
Oh. Damn, yeah, that seems to... It seems to be the case with the bakers in this game, is that they're always where you need to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Objects. Here we go. I found something pretty good.
What's that?
Okay, the Resident Evil wiki does actually have locations for lockpicks, but they aren't quite as detailed on the madhouse locations as I'd like to be. So it unfortunately looks like it looks like if you got two lockpicks in the main house, then you are unfortunately out of luck until you get past the Marguerite fight.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, and all that it showed, at least as far as pictures go, that there very likely could be other lockpicks that they don't have listed, but it looks like there are only 4 lockpicks that I can confirm are in Madhouse difficulty.
Yeah, you know, like I said, there's not very much at all.
Yeah, and as shitty as that is, that does make sense as far as making a tough difficulty and forcing you to make some tough decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. If he would just get out of this room for 1 minute, I could get what I need to. Well, that's a good location for a bobblehead.
Let's see.
So how much of a delay is there with the streams?
I mean, it depends on quality of my internet connection, but there's a pretty decent delay. Because I still haven't gotten onto the video. As far as the video goes, I just now got to where you found the most recent bobblehead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And part of that is because the broadcast, it had to buffer on my end, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cause I mean, watching Joe's broadcast, when it stays live and I can get a good connection, it does keep up pretty well, but I don't have the best internet all the time.
Now, I don't know if I can go upstairs and collect what's in the drawer, or if it'll start the pit fight.
I believe it probably will force you into the fight. I know that at the very least in the base game, I want to say it doesn't force you into the fight until you have the crow key, or whatever the key is. It is crow key, okay.
Yeah, it didn't start it. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that could be helpful.
Oh, that reminds me, I still need to kill one nest. I forgot about it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you just reminded me when you said crow key, and I was like, oh, I don't have that yet.
Yeah, this is definitely where my memories of what to do start to wane. I can remember the first house decently well. I can figure out at least the main check marks, the checkpoints, but I definitely don't know almost anything about the old house.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry if it seems like I'm going in circles.
Oh no, no worries at all. That's just how the game goes. There are like all survival horror games that I play, I end up going in circles at some point, just because they're definitely hard to figure out exactly how you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you played?
I used to play old games like, what's it called? Condemned, or Condemned, Criminal Origin.
I heard Condemned was really good. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've played a lot of variety in horror games, but I've played like a decent amount of Resident Evil and survival. Wow, Silent Hill. I've beaten the first 3 Silent Hill games, and I've played a decent amount of Silent Hill 4. Resident Evil, I've only beaten. In fact, I've only beaten and I've only played the remake of the first one, as 2, 3, and now 7. So.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like I'm definitely not an expert, but I can, if I play enough of each game, I can get a feel for. I can definitely get a feel for the style of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I figured out something about this room. There was not a nest in there, but after she starts walking around, there is a nest in there. The room with the sink.
Oh. Huh.
I'm looking at her through the window. Good thing she can't see through the window.
Yeah, that is good. It definitely seems like Marguerite is a lot easier to avoid than Jack is, even if she is on a more annoying route.
I gotta go back to the inventory box to get the crank, so I can get the crow cable quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, that is one thing that I do kind of... I like for the reference of it, and I do appreciate that they don't use the crank a lot, because Resident Evil 1 and the remake had a pretty heavy reliance on 2 different cranks, actually. You had to use at different times, and it could be a bit annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just walked right by her. That was funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't long enough for her to do any damage.
Yeah. Have you ever played any of the Metal Gear Solid? Whoa. You really did walk right in front of her. Have you ever played any of the Metal Gear Solid games?
I I have the one. I haven't gotten into it yet, but I have the one for the PS4. The like. It was free as a full game or whatever a while back on PlayStation Plus. And
Ground
I was able to get
Zeroes?
it. I think
Or Phantom
so.
Pain?
I'm the one where you wake up in a hospital and you like have to escape the
Yeah, that's
hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Phantom Pain. Okay, well, good that you got the right one, because that is the full game, but, they're really fun. If you like stealth gameplay, definitely, probably some of the best to play, but I just thought that was kind of funny, because the way you, snuck past Marguerite, one of the funnest things to do, if you're really good at Metal Gear Solid, is that you can abuse the AI to... You can abuse the AI like crazy and make some really funny shit. Like if you actually want to have a good time on YouTube, I highly suggest looking up some of the some videos you can of like Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or 3. People have a lot of fun with the enemy AI on that, and it's really entertaining to watch.
That does sound like fun.
Yeah, it's really good. They can get I think one of my favorite examples is that in the original Metal Gear Solid, I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid on PS1, because it's a PlayStation 1 game, the AI is severely limited, so you can literally spend hours just running one single guy around like a 3x3 foot box.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's funny as hell to watch, and if the guy's good at the game, he can do a lot of crazy shit and set up some really funny like kills, or literally just have guys go on wild goose chases even though he's like 5 feet in front of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, see, Marguerite just has the most cheerful things to say to you. She's like, where are you going, cocksucker? And she's like, you troublesome piece of shit. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
you must have been you must have had no boyfriends when you were still living.
Yeah, exactly. I do like what they did with the dialogue in the game. I feel like it definitely adds to the suspense, but they don't like they definitely know when to kind of make a joke with it. And I like how they vary it between the two characters like that, because Jack was definitely more playing cat and mouse with you with his dialogue. Marguerite is
She's more like
having a lot
in your
of fun.
face.
Yeah, exactly.
Round 1 of the pit fight. Thank God for instant reload.
Yeah, no, I love that they gave you that there is an upgrade option for reload speed in general, let alone having really high upgraded stuff like that. It helps like none other.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have no idea.
No, I've played I've played some Resident Evils in my life, so I do know that in general having slow upgrade can hurt you like crazy.
I do hate the big bugs that like keep moving, and it gets annoying.
Yeah, they are really annoying to deal with, especially in this part where you have to just survive against her onslaught for a bit. Just because they throw a lot of shit at you, and it's really hard to pinpoint where exactly you can attack them.
Oh yeah. Wow, I beat the pit fight already. Awesome.
Oh, that's really good.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'll get a little breather now. I think it's funny when, like, she goes into her little mutated pool, and then afterwards she comes back for the lantern, like, my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course, you take the one thing that I need.
Yeah. That is another thing that I really appreciate that they do with Jack and Marguerite, is that Jack stays pretty much as a human throughout the whole fight, but Marguerite mutates, and it makes each fight feel different, and it adds something new to each fight as far as, like, scare value goes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the last Jack fight, you know, it gets kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that is one thing that I don't know entirely whether I like it or not, is the final time you fight Jack, because I think it's kind of neat as a story point, just because, one, for the joke of that he never dies, but also two, because he never dies, so he's always chasing you and always a threat. But as a gameplay, it's kind of... I feel like it kind of breaks the flow a bit and isn't necessarily as good for survival horror as it could be.
Yeah. I mean, the part, thanks to, actually, the last Jack fight, it's in 3 different parts, because first you shoot all his eyes, and then he grabs you, you have to shoot him in the eye, and then the third part is where you stick him with the toxin or whatever.
Yeah, and that part, it does seem kind of contrived, just to make it force you to have a choice as to what you do with the remaining serum. Is the other part that I don't quite like about it, for story reasons. Like, I understand wanting to have, like, an alternate ending and forcing the player to make a tough decision, but I feel like they could have done it better story-wise.
I never did the part where you save Zoe yet.
Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't done that. I think I wanted to do for this most recent playthrough, if I ever go back to it. Although, from what I've read, the ending really isn't really that good for getting a different ending. Yeah, do you care about the spoiler too much?
I mean, not really. I think you end up fighting Mia later.
Yeah, from what I've read, what happens is that when you resume control of Ethan on the ship, there's a part where you do have to fight Mia rather than her forcing you out of the fight if you save her. And the other thing is that pretty much all that happens is that when you give Zoe the serum, you guys start to go on a rowboat, but then she gets killed by a monster anyway or something like that, and then the ending is just that Zoe's dead when you beat the game.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's anything specifically too good or too interesting.
Yeah, the part where, like, when you're in the water with Mia, I thought the game was over then. I was like, oh, a happy ending. I saved Mia. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Then I was like,
yeah,
oh, crap.
Yeah, I do like yeah, after you administer the serum, that's kind of where my enjoyment of the game starts to wane a bit. There are parts of it that I do like. I do like how they try to explain everything, and they do connect the whole story and explain Mia's role in the main plot of the game. I don't really like the control that when the game lets you play as Mia on the ship, just because I feel like it becomes more action based and steps away from the horror elements.
Yeah. you know, which it does, so.
Yeah, I mean that is what it does, and I don't like. Again, it's more fun as a gameplay perspective because you do have the power to fight the enemies, and it does actually become fun as an action game a bit. But you're sacrificing the horror elements, and that's the thing about making a horror game, is that there is a legitimately very fine line to walk when it comes to horror gameplay and fun, interesting gameplay.
I don't know if you know this or not, but Resident Evil 7, it won Game of the Year.
Oh, really?
So
I didn't hear that.
I thought that was pretty cool. I found out about it on Google.
Yeah, that is really cool, actually. I do enjoy that, because I feel like there needs to be more horror games. It seems like the genre really only survives on the few indie titles it gets.
Yeah, me too.
And Resident Evil 7 does a great job of being a horror game. But I am heavily biased towards Silent Hill's style of psychological horror, and I'd love to see that more often. So basically what I'm trying to say is you need to play a Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get...
Oh, I was just saying I have 6 coins. I could get the well, I guess I don't need to get the reload speed because I already have the coins for that in my inventories, so I don't need to get the little shot of the reload speed thing.
Yeah, and I haven't noticed it in my New Game Plus playthrough, but from what I've read, character upgrades do stack between playthroughs, so you should in theory have all of the reload speed upgrades you had from your previous playthrough.
Yeah, which I do, actually, which is nice.
Yeah, so it might actually just be a good idea to save your coins for the Magnum and then spend whatever else you can find on the extra reload speed if you feel you need it. Anyway, give me a sec, I'll be right back.
Okay.
We're in the big conference room on 17. Let's go.
Alright, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. I forgot that now I have the crow key, I can go back in the main house and open up that secret room with the ammo for the grenade launcher and another coin.
Oh yeah, that's right. This game does have backtracking moments that legitimately reward you and aren't just required. Probably a good thing to do.
Yeah, we got flame rounds, nerve rounds, and shotgun ammo. So, not too bad, I guess.
That's pretty good. I forget how I think fire is legitimately effective against Marguerite, so that'll be useful. Plus, shotgun shells are generally useful overall.
Yeah, it is. It makes her crawl back up the ceiling or whatever, but it is though.
Cool.
Oh wow, how did I miss that enhanced ammo my first time through here? Wow.
Wow. This game's really good about having subtle hiding spots, as far as I've noticed.
I'll have to come back for that enhanced ammo because that'll really help me out.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah, enhanced.
Joe ever get back yet?
No. From what it looks like, he actually left the party again, and
Oh,
he did.
okay.
Yeah, which I mean, kind of makes sense. It would be a little after 1 where he is, so.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking late.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab this enhanced ammo and then start the Marguerite thing.
Oh, nice.
I probably would have started the fight already, but all this backtracking takes a while.
Yeah, that it does, but once again, this game actually does have rewards for backtracking. It's not like it's it's not like it's a whole lot of required backtracking in this game, which
Yeah.
is really nice.
I know that only gave me 2 enhanced bullets, but I can make more once I get in the house. It would be very nice if I could do this on my first go through.
Yeah, that would be really nice. The other thing is that in my experience overall, Marguerite is far easier than the Jack fight. So I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if you actually do get it on your first playthrough. Once again though, this is my experience in base game, not Madhouse, so
I mean, I hate how there's this box right here, but I can't even open it.
yeah, that is always super frustrating. Is whenever there's a lockbox or anything that you just can't do anything with. Excuse me. Yeah, you are actually going to want to probably save that burner fuel though, because if I remember correctly, there are a lot of lockers that have bugs on them. That, although I guess you could knife them to be fair, but the burner definitely does help in clearing out the bugs.
Oh yeah, and it really does too.
Yeah.
I think I might actually need the shotgun as well.
Probably.
Even though with the enhanced one, you have to be up close to do anything.
Yeah, but shotgun's powerful if you can get enough. If you can get, I think you really even just like 1 or 2 shots in, you could probably have her recoiling fairly well.
Oh, what was your what did you think about the Lucas part of the game?
I like what they did with him. I like how rather than him chasing you constantly, I do like that they had him do like a whole lot of booby traps. I feel like that added to his character very well. I will say that I felt like the game is a lot more tense and threatening when there is some kind of entity constantly chasing you around, so in that aspect I did felt it was a little bit lacking, but I do like how once again there was a variance between all 3 characters, and I do think it was overall a better choice to have him just set up traps and watch from like a safe place rather than constantly be on your tail.
Yeah, me too. Well, I actually have the nice pistol, shotgun, grenade launcher, and the flamethrower all equipped. So.
Oh, nice. Sounds like you're well prepared for this boss fight.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. This could very well be much, much harder on the Madhouse.
Yeah. It's too bad when you're on the first floor and that one door is locked, because I can go pick up all the extra shotgun ammos and stuff if it wasn't locked.
Yeah, that is one thing about this boss fight area, is that the layout always confuses me and I can never quite figure out how to get around, just because of, especially the first floor, just because of how everything is so blocked off.
I hate it when she says, "Gonna get ya."
Yeah.
Oh, here she comes.
Settle down. Settle down.
I almost forgot how long her reach is.
Yeah, that's another thing about a lot of the boss designs in general in this game, is that either their movements, their design, or both are made in an awkward enough way that it's really hard to gauge exactly what they can do and how far they reach.
Exactly.
Which is really good for a horror game. It's can be a bit unfair for challenge, but for making a legitimate threat and keeping it scary throughout, it is a really good choice.
And I always forget to, when she goes away from you and she's laying her eggs, I always forget where she lays them at.
Huh. I never noticed that she lays bug eggs at all. I always just assumed that it was just kind of guaranteed that you had to deal with insects whenever she showed up.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, fuck, I guess I gotta equip the knife or something and chop these fuckers up.
Yeah, it's a bit of annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's once again, I'm sure I've said this like 7 times already, but I do like, as far as like setting atmosphere and making it creepy, how she keeps warping in and out and stuff like that, but I do feel like as far as pure gameplay is concerned, regardless of the genre, that it can be a bit more annoying than it needs to be and could definitely be better. I know there were a lot of times, I think both times that I fight her, but there were many times where I just end up running in circles waiting for her to spawn or just avoiding the insects.
Yeah, they're
while I was trying to find her.
Beyond annoying.
Easily the worst enemies to deal with in the game, just because their movements are so erratic and it's nearly impossible to get a good beat on them long enough to be able to take them out accurately.
I know, and you can't worry about them too long because you gotta worry about her.
Exactly, you gotta deal with her, and I never figured out exactly how much damage they do, but they seem to do less damage than the normal enemies, so I know I'm always tempted to just be like, oh, whatever, I can tank the hits, and then eventually I just find myself way too low on health because I was playing way too risky.
Yeah, like, she's just got done laying more eggs, so I'm kinda just waiting for her to pop up.
Yeah.
She takes forever if you just sit and wait for her.
Yeah, it is a very slow fight, due to the way it's set up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like cat and mouse, but with insects.
Exactly. I wonder what the analogy would be for that. Honestly, like bug and smaller bug or something. I don't know.
Here's the other. Whoa, that was close.
Holy shit, that was really close.
I hate it when I waste ammo by accident.
Yeah, that is super annoying. But the thing that frustrates me a lot of the time with this game is I don't necessarily have, like, when I'm into the game, I should say, when I've played enough to figure out the controls to get set up for the control setup, I don't have a lot of issue necessarily mispressing buttons, but I'll very often just miss shots for very stupid reasons.
Yeah.
And I'll burn through ammo like crazy, and that always bugs me so much because I know ammo is scarce, and I feel like I tend to treat it as being more scarce than it actually is, but in a lot of instances I'll just like be either too trigger happy or way too hesitant, and I'll end up either A, missing a shot for really stupid reasons, or taking a hit for really stupid reasons. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm probably dead now.
Yeah, it looks like you're not doing so hot on my end at the very least. That's just one of the things that I hate about the bugs in this game is that they're super annoying and they can get a lot of damage in really easily.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, if it wasn't for them, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, no, this section would probably, this entire old house section through the Marguerite fight would probably be extraordinarily easy compared to the rest of the game without all the bugs.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if that's necessarily an entirely good thing, because I don't know if I'd say the bugs are terribly cheap. In this fight, they definitely feel a lot cheaper than they should be. But...
yeah, I'm dead.
yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, you definitely last longer than your first attempt fighting Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a lot of fun doing this crazy ass difficulty tonight, but I might go to bed soon.
That's cool. Probably a good idea. I should probably get some sleep too.
But I don't know what time I'll be streaming tomorrow night, but I'll definitely be streaming Madhouse tomorrow night.
Cool, and if I'm on, I might stop by then.
Alright, that sounds cool. It was, you know, cool hanging out with you and stuff.
Yeah, definitely cool hanging out with you, dude. Peace out.
Hey, you too. Yeah, this is my first time playing Madhouse, not Zos. Oh, okay. I didn't give you a minute, sorry.
Get a DSC starter set for just $5. Join Dollar Shave Club today. If your skin had a wash down, what would it You scamper your way out